Good morning. Today we are going to do a 12-point bustle. It's an American bustle. There's 3 points on the lining, which are French bustled, and then 9 points on the outer lace layer that will be American bustle. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to take our lace and our lining and separate them. So there's snaps that are connecting the lining layer to the lace. So we're just going to come around and find our snaps. There's one in the center, and then there's 2 on each side. And then we're going to take our lace layer and we're going to throw it up over the top so it's out of our way, and we'll bustle the lining first. At the wedding, the bride will just hold this lace layer up while the bridesmaid is bustling the underlayer. Okay, here we are on our underlayer, and if we look up here at the top, we have 3 buttons right next to each other. I'll slide this forward a little bit so you can see a little easier. So we have our 3 buttons up there at the top, and we're going to follow this center seam down, and there's a button down here, and on the back side of it there's a little lobster claw. Okay, if I look on the underside of these buttons up here, they all have a clear loop on them. Okay, so I'm just going to take that lobster claw that's at the bottom, I'm going to reach it up to this center button, and I'm just going to push it towards me into that loop. Okay, and then I'm going to find my other button. It's right here, has another lobster claw on it. I'm going to do the same thing on the right here. And then there's a third one right here. We're going to slide down. Here's our button. The lobster claw's underneath it. We'll push it into that loop. So there's our French bustle on our lining. Now we're going to take our lace back down. For our lace layer up here at the waist, there's clear buttons, and that's what we're going to hook our loops onto. So coming down here, we're going to come straight down the center, and we're looking for a clear button. It's in between all of these sewn on ones. So here it is. So there's a clear, actually the button's on the back side. So like this, so you can actually feel it underneath before you see anything on top. So we have a little button like that underneath, and on top there's just a little tiny loop. So we're going to find that button on the underside, and then we're going to grab the loop and pull it to the top. You're going to twist it with your finger. This just helps secure it on the button that's at the top. We're going to bring it up, and we're going to put it on that clear button. This center one, we're also going to put one of those fabric covered buttons through it too, just to help it hang well, and so that that fabric button looks nice still, because otherwise it looks kind of weird. All right, so our next one, we're again reach our hand underneath, and it's going to be over to the right up here. We'll grab our loop, pull it to the top. Again, we're going to twist it to make sure it stays on that button. Let's move on this second button. Reach underneath again, and just run your hand over until you find the button underneath. Grab the loop and give it a twist. It's going to go on the third button up there. Give it a little tug, make sure it's on there secure. Okay, we're going to keep running our hand over. Here's our 4th loop. It's going to go on the 4th button. Now this 5th loop is slightly different because we only need to pick up this outer layer of netting. See down here at the bottom, like only this outer layer is really hanging down here. So we're going to actually go up just inside this netting part to find our 5th loop. And it's up here at the top. So once I find that, we're going to pull it to the top. And it's gonna go on this 5th button over here. Just gonna pull it down, and then we're gonna straighten out all these tufts that are hanging out a little bit. We'll just squish them in there, make it look all nice. Okay, and then we're gonna do this other side. It's gonna be the same thing, just going the other direction. So we're gonna start at the center, and we're gonna find the loop going this way. So here's our center. I'm just gonna feel with my hand until I get to the 1st button. I'll pull the loop to the top. Put it on that 1st one. Move my hand over. So here's our next one. Pull it to the top. I'm gonna twist. It's gonna go on the 2nd button. There we go. Oh, my hand's in a weird spot here. Let's try again. Okay, there should be one more in this layer. Inside, there it is. There it is. Okay, and then again, that last one is just inside the outer netting layer. So we're gonna leave the lace part down. We're just going to reach inside the netting. I'm going to grab that loop, give it a twist, and put it on that last button. Okay, and then we're just going to tuck any little things that are sticking out underneath all the folds so that it looks pretty. See if we can get our buttons to hang down the middle. You want to get lost in the folds of the fabric. All right. And there is our American bustle.